So guys, let's go to this first coaching. This is going to be a Bronze 2 match. This is a custom game. Guy doesn't play a lot of ranked. We're going to be focusing on Cloak and Dagger here. We're probably going to be focusing a lot on positioning, a lot on who we should heal first, ult usage, things like that. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We're a little high out the gate, right? Round starting, I'd like for you to be back here. Just already, especially with the penny changes, I like you to really be playing in this. We can play with these nests. You get the healing, you get the overshield, so they're really nice. And this is also going to give you a lot more cover, okay? Your healing is not going to be impacted whether you're up or back, so you might as well be back a little bit, right? Okay, let's see. Metal says, I play a decent amount of ranked. I'm stuck bronze because my team suck. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're good at the game, you can get yourself out of bronze. I'm going to be honest. I do understand. I do understand it can be difficult sometimes if your team's like, just don't have thumbs. But it is possible, I promise you. It really is. As a support main, you can't really much. You'd be amazed. Well, let's go over the game. Let's go over the game and we'll see what we can do to help you get you out of bronze, okay? So right now we're just spamming. I don't really have too much to coach on this. We have to be careful. We do want to make sure that we're able to heal our Groot. Yep. We got to make sure we keep him up. So let's talk about positioning. Let's talk about positioning. You are very, very up. Okay? Very, very up. We want to make sure, and this is not a comp map, right? So we don't get to typically play this often. But ideally, right, we start here, right, through choke. We start here. We fall back, come behind cart here to play. If they push through further, we come up through here. Now we're up here. You could even cloak fade, make sure we're healing up here. Like, we always want to be looking for high ground and a way to go. I think against this team comp, being up here is probably going to be your best call. If you're down here, you're just in a lot of, like, there's a lot of danger in on you, okay? You one-trick conditions to D1 last season? What do you mean, Zen? You're sport mate, you can climb. Yes, we can occasionally switch to cloak, so that is also another thing to talk about. Look for the fade. No. So, okay, so Metal, right there, we want to be next to our team. So you want to go into the I guess, the dagger form, the damage form, which was correct, but I want you to go next to your team here, and then you can throw it. Was it on cooldown? Hold on, did I miss that? Was it on cooldown? It was on cooldown, never mind. Unlucky. Okay, Rocket Ult comes out. Really unfortunate that she explodes. Now, Rocket Ult comes out. This is something I don't see with my supports, and this is a big, big issue with support play, okay? If there is an ultimate, like a different support ultimate that is active, start damaging. We don't need the extra healing. We want to be damaging, especially with a Rocket Ult. We could really start DPS cloaking in bronze, and honestly, you're probably going to get a lot of kills. Okay. I play one support only this season. First day you went from silver to GM with a 90% win rate. Yeah. Dude, if Cloak blinds them, they will instantly explode. This is true. This is totally true, Sky. So right now, we've really not... Yeah, there we go. We really haven't gone into the damage form. I think that's something we could use a little bit more. Okay. Gotta be careful. Yeah. So... let's talk about this, okay? As Cloak and Dagger, there's two characters that really counters hard. Magneto, Iron Man. They have both of them. So when we ult, we have to be very, very careful. Metal, you are ulting into their team. That is not where I want you ulting, okay? First off, we're a little high positioned. We should be more back here, okay? Because then our first ult comes this way to get Groot. We can come maybe through if you want to go one more time, but then we're back behind cover and through our team. You could also make the argument just to cover the entire point, but it's really important that we don't just ult into their team, because at that point we just fed our brains out, right? That was a really good job by the Iron Man to get the kill. Can't happen on our end. Okay. Wait, No, they did not. This is quick play. This is quick play. Actually, I think it's a custom game. I don't even think it's quick play. So one thing I want you to notice is, as a support, we gotta really position ourselves where we can see tanks. Okay, this Groot is not helping you. This Groot's not helping you in the sense that if you, as a Groot main, come through this little choke area here, there is no ability for a healer to really heal you, right? So really, we want to make sure that we're playing a little bit better of an angle. And again, we can see him a little bit better if we're further back. That way, if we're here, if he peeks out to the right or to the left, we're going to be able to see him. If you come right here, like, which is kind of where you're holding, you're never going to see your Groot, right? So we want to make sure that we're, again, a little bit further back as a Cloak and Dagger. I see a lot of, like, early support stay close. Okay. Got to keep our team alive. Oh my god, that was a friendly whale. You ended up exploding. We actually think we win the fight. Okay, let's go back and talk about what we could have done differently here, okay? First off, first things first. We're, again, way too close. We're here, damaging. With all this chaos going on, I want you up here. I really, really, really want you on high ground. I think that you survive this entire engagement if you're up on high ground. Try to use the light shield on multiple members, not as solo as a heal bot. That's correct. That's completely correct, Muddy. But I think it's a positioning issue. Because we're so positioned high, like because we're so far up, we're taking ultimates. We're taking a lot of fire. People see you and they go, hey, maybe I should go get the Cloak and Dagger. Whereas if you're far away, like back up on that high ground, it's going to be very difficult for them to go get you. Right? So here, I like that we're playing a little bit further back. Let's save that wave. I don't think we needed it in that moment. We can use that a little bit more opportunely, but that's okay. And again, right now, we're just heal botting, right? I think there's moments where we could be looking for damage. Like so now you see Groodle. Now I want you into the, basically the damage form. You're going to send that wave through the Groodle, and that's going to basically help explode everything in there. Right? So we use the healing wave. I want to see you use the damage wave through that. Fade? That's so sad we didn't have the fade in time. Hold on. I want to see... You're about to die there. That's very unfortunate. I want to see when you used your fade prior. When did you use the fade from before? Or did we just... Hold on. Let me see when you originally... When did you originally use the fade? Let's back out. So we're here. So we have the fade available. When did we use the fade? Hold on, the cooldowns from the cooldowns from it. When dark screen was used? Hold on, let me see. Cloak was in cooldown when you did that when the dark screen was used? Let me see. So we want to be in damage form already. Oh, I get it, because of the dark. Yeah. We never use fade. You're right. We never use fade. And then we're just going to, explode. Okay, that's what it was. We used the window. That was the issue. Or whether it was the uptime, you didn't have enough uptime to use it. Yeah. So we want to make sure, again, we're further back. We need to make sure that we can use that fade appropriately in the right opportune moments, right? So we lose the point. It is what it is. We fall back. Now we need to fall back. You are the furthest person forward. This should never be a thing. We want to be way back here. Okay? We always want to keep, guys, as a primary healer, we want to always keep everybody in front of us. Okay? Like, we have to be very, very careful. In a higher rank game, you're going to explode if you do this. Again, we're here. I'd rather you be back here. Okay? Especially supports if you have a Penny nowadays, especially because she can heal and overshield. We want to be playing right here. This is where we should be. In the spider drones, it's going to really, really help you out. Okay, we fade. I don't want us to really fade there, though, because fading is such a valuable tool. We want to use it when we specifically need it. That sucks that you walled you off, but I'm glad you got through. We come back. So in that one instance, we could have gone this way. We just have to be careful of the penny drones. Look for the fade. Good. I'll take it. In a damage form. I love that. So I know you died there, but I'm really happy that you used your ultimate and then you went into damage form. Too often I see Cloak and Daggers just stay healing, and it's like, there's no point. Okay. We didn't help out the penny, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if we were going to win this fight anyway. Whale. One thing, Metal. One thing you could do here is when you see Whale come off, if you can get your reaction time fast enough, I want to see you then go into damage form. So Whale comes in. Let's go into damage form now. We might be able to at least secure a kill, maybe throw out a wave, something. And then we can go back into that healing. We're a little high right now. We'd like to probably fall back here. Probably would like to fall back. Now we're in damage form, right? Oh, that's unlucky. Gotta be careful. I want us to use that wave a little bit better as well. If I can make a recommendation, when ulting, use Cloak form. Yes. And make sure you have the fade available to use when the ult dashes. I couldn't agree more, Zen. So that's a great point. So when we use that ultimate, we're in that damage form, right? That way we can immediately fade if needed. Otherwise, you have to like switch between characters. Penny send you 2 times there. Yes, this is true. Great point, Zen. Okay. So we're healing. Not really an issue. Here, like, we talk about moments where you can use the wave. I wouldn't be opposed to the wave right here in this instance, right? While your team's grouped together, you can have a lot of healing forward. Not now, but there was a moment there. We want to get as many people in that wave as possible. It also makes it harder for Hawkers to one-shot you in the ult. Oh, I didn't know that, Zen. So we hear Groot ult. We got to immediately be ready to go into damage form and use that damaging window here, because honestly, you get 3 kills if you do it. Instead, we're not really active and aware, and nobody dies, which is really sad, because honestly, it was a great ult by the group. Granted, he's a little far forward, but I think we could have kept him alive in that instance, and I think we could have secured more kills through there. At this point, it's not looking good. Penny's going to die. We probably lose the point. Now you go to damage. No, go to damage. So I don't mind the bubble, but let's go to damage, and now is the time when you would fade. Okay? Do not ult. Oh, okay. So let's talk about this. The fight is essentially over, in the sense that they've already captured the point. Best case scenario. Best case scenario. You literally are here, you guys win the team fight, and they spawn literally right in this door. We do not want to ever ult in their spawn. It's really tough. Mel, you have a really bad position, don't get me wrong. I used to be there too. It was a long way to catch yourself. It is to think, am I in the best position to heal my team and not take a lot of damage? It's different for each role, but for healers, that's the hardest mindset. Yeah, Pancake, that's a great point. You want to make, that's the exact mentality. Am I in the best position to heal my team while mitigating as much damage as possible? That's the question that should go through every single support's mind, right? Also, that's step 1, right? I think that's something that we should be learning bronze through goldish, right? Gold, maybe a little bit of plat. Once we get past that range, now we have another thing we need to keep track of. Now let's start tracking ultimates. Let's start tracking, like, when does Magneto have his ultimate? When does Iron Man have his ultimate? What do I need to use this ultimate to counter? Let's say Bucky has his ultimate coming up. We want to make sure we use those accordingly, right? So there's different, like, ranks that we want to be, I guess, taking on a little bit more knowledge as we go. Somebody just followed. Jeez! Thank you, Uncut Revenge. I see you, buddy. But we're, like, way too aggressive right here. We're way too far up. Way too far. We need to fall back in this instance. Okay. That's unfortunate. Not gonna lie to you. So that's a Penny ult. We just have to be able to get out of the way. Right. A lot of that death is purely we used our ult when we shouldn't have. We were in a bad spot. Penny ulted. We ended up dying. All of it comes from positioning. It was actually a Phoenix burst. I did see that they stunned you, but the Penny ult through the Phoenix burst is what ended up, I believe, doing a lot of the damage. Okay. We got a fade. I don't know if we actually got the value of the fade. I think we were slightly late, but that's okay. I like the thought. Unlucky that Groot dies there. Okay, let's see. Again, we're frontlining, bro. I need you way back here. I need you way back here. There's no need for us to be holding this corner. This is not our job. We're just... Yeah. We're just in a bad spot. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. We have to be back here. We can't be taking the damage that we're doing. My healing position checklist. Am I fairly safe from damage? Fairly safe from damage, excuse me. No. Fix it. Is this a good spot to heal from? Yes. That's right, Bamboo. Once again, we're in Rocket Ultimate. Now we can use our damage. Now we can get a little bit more aggressive, right? Because there is a support ult that is out. And you're going to do a lot more damage. Okay, we win the fight. I'm going to fast forward just slightly here. Oh, and we ended up winning the point. Okay, cool. So that was round 1. That was round 1. We'll take round 1. The big thing I have right now is positioning. We're way too close. We're way too close to our team. Let's play a lot further back, Metal. Let's play a lot further back. This is better. I like this. I like this. This is much better. I like that you're playing around this corner. It's a great habit to learn to play your corners, right? Because you can always peek behind them if somebody comes to challenge you. Our Hawkeye got a kill. Our team now needs to move forward. We're playing well so far. I don't mind this. I don't mind this. Let's stay back, though. We don't need to walk forward. We just need to be healing. It's not our job. Unlucky the Groot goes down. I like the window. I like the window. Not the end of the world. That one's not on you. Don't mind the healing bubble there, just because we have multiple people around, right? So at this point in the match, we're going to be playing our ultimate, right? We're just trying to get our ultimate as fast as possible. So I really would like to see you use that window on Groot here. See how we weren't focusing Groot and Groot's just going to explode? I really want to see you use your window on the Groot there. We're just trying to get ult. That's all. That's where we're at. We need to get our ultimate before everybody else right now. I don't want to see you damage. We need to get our ult first. That is the number one thing. We have to get our ult. Now we do get a kill because the ammo overextended. Gotta be careful of the Iron Man. Okay. We survived. Thank God. Could have been a better ult, but you know what? You were trying to get rid of the, or get away from the Iron Man, so that is what it is. I love the damaging. This is phenomenal. That's very, very good. That's very, very good. We love the damaging. And you just damage the whole way. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly the way to do it. Exactly the way to do it. Let the DPS fend for themselves if your tank is critical. Totally. Alright, looks like we get first point pretty easily there, which is fantastic. Oh my god. Fade, 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 fade. Fade, 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 fade. So in this instance, most of your team's running. I'd probably like for you to fade a little bit. The tank is more important, totally. My god, Soggy says, I can't trust healers. Fist it up. Okay, Phoenix goes in. Can't heal a Phoenix in her ultimate, but that's okay. Heal! Ideally, we kept him alive, but it is what it is. So in this instance, Groot or Punisher's ultimate, we're never going to out-heal this, right? So in this scenario, I'd like for you to use the fade of Cloak in order to try to get your team out. Because, again, we're not out-healing this Punisher ultimate, right? Oh, yep, yep, yep. Oh, be careful! Yeah. So it's just a little bit of a late thought. I do like you coming up here. And then at that point, we're just going to try to get out, right? I feel like tanks are most likely to peel for me. This is true. I know you're doing a Cloak and Dagger one now, but if there's a chance, you'll do another. Yeah, Zen, we can do that one. Yeah, of course. More than happy to. I peel like a motherfucker, says Uncut. I love this. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Now, as we get better in the game, Zen, put it right here for me if you don't mind. As we get better at the game, I'd like for you to constantly be checking the scoreboard. The reason for that is not to be proving on your stats, right? I want you to be keeping track of your team's ultimates. So in this instance, I see Groot has ultimate, right? I see Groot walk forward. The odds of him ulting here is very, very, very high. This is where I want to see you then, with this momentum, go into damage for him and look to then use that window through. He gets choked out, but I know he's looking for it. There's the Groot ult, right? And we know this just by how the Groot's positioning, by checking the scoreboard to see that he does have ultimate. I don't actually think he got the ultimate off, which is very unfortunate, because I think he ended up getting stunned out. But the thought is that you're able to basically predict what your teammates can do, and by predicting it, you're going to be able to find a lot more success. I like the fade out there. That's good. Okay, don't mind it. Yep. Now again, ideally we're already in that cloak form. We have to be very careful of this Penny. We cannot go down here. You have to be very, very careful when you're standing in these mines. Penny goes down, so that's good. Do you lose this game? Oh my god, if you lose this game, that's actually heartbreaking. That's crazy if you lose this game. Midas, you are up next. Midas, you are up next. Yeah. Well, Midas will be up next. Then we'll throw Zen in here, and we'll go from there. Soggy, your turn will be if everybody's already gone. No, Soggy, it'll be when everybody's gone. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance first. For me, you can be, like I said, my original message. Yeah. Strings, we'll see if I get to you and Soggy tonight. I want to make sure I get to solos first. Or like people that have never had the chance to do a coaching before. Much to prove. I want to make sure everybody's got an opportunity. If we have time, then sure. If not, then probably not. Alright, let's see. So we're going in here. I don't mind this. We got to keep track of our ultimates here. So I checked the ultimate just because I'm curious to see if Groot has ultimate here. I'm expecting Groot to ult. So we want to be careful. Looks like we actually might... Damage boost! Damage boost! Use the damage boost! Actually, you might be able to kill. You might recognize someone in the game, you said? Okay, cool. I like the fade out, though. That was really good. I like the fade out. I know that your team didn't survive, but I like the idea that you had there, right? Even if the execution isn't always there, as long as you have the right idea, you can then learn and go, basically improve from there, right? At that point, it's just an execution issue. It's not a a thought process issue, which is half the battle. Meaning you're half the way there, right? Gotta be careful. Okay. We're in damage. We're in damage. Wave, wave, wave. They have... This is the issue with triple support, man. They got triple support, but you're doing really well, right? I'll take this. See, so look, I'll take this because now the healers are healing themselves, and they're not healing basically the Emma and the tanks and things like that, right? So, I don't mind it too much. It's just tough in a triple support comp. Let's see here. We're so far up, just so we know. We're so far up. You're playing on card here. I would so much rather you're back here or even up here. I'd much, much, much rather that we're a little bit back. You were the second best healer that match? You know, this is one thing that I'd like to point out. Raw healing numbers, like, stats are so misleading, right? You could say, I had the most healing, I had the most damage, blah, blah, blah. Like, stats are so misleading of the value. Like, there's so much that goes on in the game, whether it's, you know, you had a critical death at the worst possible time. You blew an ultimate. If you're just farming damage on a tank but never getting a kill, that's not providing value. If you're just heal botting but not specifically doing damage when needed, like supporting your team when needed, it's really not providing. Like, it's stats are so misleading in all these types of games. And so, like, it's tough to just be like, well, I healed more, so, like, I did my job. It's like, well, we could have had a better ultimate here. You died there, which kind of lost yourself the team fight. Like, there's so much that goes on that's so much more than just what the stats show, right? That's a big Emma ult, by the way. So Emma ults there and ults everybody. I would have loved to have seen a damage wave through here. You could have ulted basically 4. The tiniest things can make such a difference. I completely agree. I completely agree. Like, dog, like, we're way too up. You're literally frontlining. You gotta be back. Have to be back here. And there we die, right? Like, what are we doing? Damn it, it is past my bedtime. This is true. Muddy says, take one look at my replays. Cloak and Dagger. It's not as great as Ben, but you'll definitely get some starting points to get me out of bronze. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty to improve on here. Let's put it like that. Plenty to improve on. But, like anybody, I mean, hell, even in my games, there's plenty to improve on, right? Always great stream it. Always love it. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. We're going to absolutely fuck up Randy, I'll tell you that much. I'm excited. Alright, so, we got about 1:10 left. You got to start somewhere. 1,000% you got to start somewhere. In these lull moments, I'd like for you to be assessing what's going on. Like, let's come up with a little bit of a battle strategy, right? Who has ultimate on our team? How can we play to advantage of that? Who on their team hasn't ulted recently and is probably going to have ultimate in this game, like in this upcoming fight? There's all these different things that can be going on versus I'm going to stand on Car and Aura Farm and Emo and not think. Like, there's so much going on even in moments where doesn't seem like there's a lot going on. That's when the mental part kicks in. It's all learning differently, learning when to be aggressive, when to not be. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Turn around, there's somebody behind you. Just curious who it is. They sounded like Phoenix. Okay, so Phoenix standing up there. Cool. Okay. So they're Cloak ults. I like for you to throw your orb for your team. I like for you to throw like an orb. So like I know you've been using it personally. I like for you to like orb like right behind Cart. That's where your team's likely going to be able to go. And I think it'd be a lot better. Also, getting on a mic and just saying you're getting dove does really help. This is true. My only issue is you started your ultimate at the very front of Cart. Meaning, none of your team that's getting pushed by the ulting Cloak and Dagger is going to get healed by this. And they're all going to fall back, and you're not going to get any value from this ultimate. Or not any, but like, you're not going to get a lot, right? Unless your whole team in that moment pushes forward. Will. Okay. I like to see that damage wave. Or we don't have the damage wave. So there's the fade. Okay. I do like the bubble behind cart. That's where your fade would come in handy, I gotta tell ya. We gotta be really careful. So you're here, right? Right, we're in a really bad spot. This is when we fall back, and now we play here. This is when we heal here, because now this Iron Man can't hit you. Instead, we die. Because we're not playing our corners, we're not playing black, okay? You use it for the ult? Yeah, I did see that. But do you get back to point? This is the question.
I'm back to shed some light.
Yeah, I think it's basically over at this point. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a positioning thing, man. It's just positioning, and that's totally okay. There's plenty to improve on, as we've stated and as we've shown, right? My number one tip for you is positioning. We need to make sure that we're playing further back. We'll work on ability usage, we'll work on all those things. I'm telling you, just specifically positioning. Just specifically, if you focus on solely positioning, making sure you're a little bit further back, making sure you're playing your cover, things like that, you're going to immediately climb out of bronze. You're probably going to go straight to gold. Okay, I think that one change alone is going to help you tremendously. Yeah, that's kind of what I have for you. That's probably my number one tip. Boo Bean says, at first I was surprised about how much the game is just mentality. Yeah, and that's why when I get mad, it just becomes time to break. Yes. Cal's here, guys. Sorry you're very tired. No worries at all. Might have to repeat that because you had a minute ad. Metal, I was saying that positioning is the number one thing I have for you. We have to play further back. We're way too far up. I want you to be playing your corners. I want you to be playing your angles. That way you're not taking a lot of damage. Again, I want you to play an entire game with the mentality of, every single second, am I in a position to heal as much as possible while taking as little damage as possible? And if that has to just be like a running circuit, and you're just purely that alone, you will climb. I promise you. Because you'll be alive in the moments that you need to be instead of dead in the moments where your team needs you. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got.